Hello everybody, welcome back, and I am TheChornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh, this episode pretty much confirms Ash is gonna win the league. Holy cow, I had to get all these jitteries out of me, because you have no idea how awesome this episode was, and like, how much is foreshadowing what's gonna happen in the league. Oh my gosh, this episode is great. Oh, it never happens before, you know? Like, it never happened before. Ash never won the league, and this episode almost confirms it pretty much. Ash pretty much defeated the champion of Kalos. If it wasn't for the fact that he fainted at the very end, just like he fainted at the end of the Elan match, he was pretty much defeating the Kalos champion, Diantha. That is my initial reaction for you guys. Oh my goodness. He was gonna win. And it was oh my gosh, I'm going insane right now. But I will summarize some major parts of this episode for you guys. So in the very beginning, we have Ash trying to be more like Greninja, training with Greninja, running alongside him, trying to be as fast, trying to climb trees just as agile and, you know, agility wise, and being very, very good with that. He's trying to be more like Greninja. And so, I mean, climbing trees didn't work out so well, so he fell on his behind, and, you know, he's not as good as Greninja in terms of that regard, of course. Greninja's obviously better at being kind of a ninja than he is. But, so, he's trying, though. And it did help later in the match where they were synced with each other for a longer period of time, and they were able to do more with each other. They were able to bring out more of Greninja. And so that training really did help for later in the episode. But that was basically the summary of the beginning of the episode. Well, even before that, Olympia was where, should I say, Diantha was visiting Olympia, and Olympia was telling her this vision that she had about Kalos, the Kalos crisis, and about, you know, how Ash is going to be part of it. And so after that, Diantha goes and sees Ash. That's how they meet up. She comes in through a helicopter and flies down. It's kind of like, how did she know where they were? Maybe Olympia told her in her vision or whatever. Oh, he's here. I could see him. That's kind of creepy, but she could see him, and she told Diantha where he was, and so Diantha, I guess, flew there and dropped down and talked to Ash about this crisis that was going on, blah, blah, blah. Then Ash mentioned that Olympia said something to him and Greninja about it, and so then Diantha requests a battle, and they have and it starts, and it's whew! So at first Diantha's being, you know, all cocky, like just having Gardevoir dodge everything that Greninja starts throwing at her. But then all of a sudden Greninja catches on to what Gardevoir's movements are, and like catches it off guard and slams it with a cut attack. And like that, right when Greninja hit Gardevoir, Diantha was like, wow, like dang, like, because that usually never happens before. Like Gardevoir never even gets hit usually most of the matches that she's in. So the fact that Greninja actually landed a hit like startled Diantha. But after that, it didn't even take Greninja to be seriously hurt to finally Synchro Evolutionize. I don't like that word, but Synchro Evolutionize. So it didn't even take him to get injured to be that way. So he just he transformed into it mid-battle. Just because Ash was like screaming and he was using the moves that Greninja was, and they were able to be more in sync sooner because Ash was acting more and more like Greninja this time. So they were able to do it sooner, and they were able to do it longer, and it was freaking epic. And Greninja's just launching attacks after attacks and like able to hit Gardevoir over and over again. I'm sorry if I said Greninja in replace of Gardevoir earlier. I don't remember that. But if I did, I meant Gardevoir. But yeah, so Greninja was hitting Gardevoir multiple times with that cut and with just the water shuriken, the major one at the very end. Oh my gosh, it was freaking epic. What I was kind of upset about in terms of his double team was that, like, usually his double team always works. Like, the Pokemon will knock out all of his, you know, illusions, but then he would come out of nowhere and strike the enemy, right? But this time Gardevoir actually hit Greninja face on, and you know, Greninja didn't use his secret move of just like disappearing while using all of his illusions as a distraction. But so I was kind of disappointed about that because Greninja didn't use the same method as he usually does. But the double team though against Gardevoir's Protect, the double team with the Synchro Greninja was freaking awesome with Ash Greninja. That was pretty cool. We'd never seen that before, but it was awesome. This whole battle was just fantastic. I don't understand why Team Rocket was here though. I don't understand why Team Rocket was here. I guess the only reason I see why they're here is for them to realize how much meaningful Zygarde is, and what was like the reason for why Team Flare and themselves were going after Zygarde before. And so I guess they had to kind of just be there to know the gist of what's going to undertake in the future. So I guess that's their only point. But I don't understand why why the writers put them in to attack Diantha near the end of the episode when she was facing off against Ash. Like, that doesn't make any sense for why that happened. So Team Rocket really didn't need to be in there, but that's not the point. This episode was fantastic everywhere else. Woo! And at the very end, when Ash sends Greninja to use that Mega Water Shuriken, like on his back, and it formed, when Ash was like screaming and like you could see the intensity in his face. Oh my gosh, that was awesome! And he finally wipes out Diantha and her Gardevoir, and of course he faints, so it doesn't officially count. He just kind of passes out, and Gardevoir like slowly just gets up, so it doesn't officially end, but technically he beat the champion. And later on, after that whole battle, she like asked him if he was going to the league. He was like, yeah. And so after she left in her helicopter, she was thinking to herself, she thinks that she's gonna face Ash again after the league. Do you know what that means? Do you even know what that means, boy? You know what that means? It means that Ash is gonna freaking win, and that he's gonna go to the Champions League and face Diantha. That's what she's thinking. That's what she feels. That's pretty much foreshadowing what's going to happen. You understand what that means? Oh, sorry, I'm like shaking my desk. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But this episode was fantastic. Even in the beginning, the very beginning, like Serena was holding Pikachu, and I'm just like, this is a 10 out of 10 episode. I am clapping already. Like, that was really cute. And then she gave Ash a water bottle. So that was a cute little more shipping moment. But besides that, oh my gosh, this episode was fantastic. Foreshadowing, he must win the league. Holy crap, he has to. Diantha even knows. Diantha knows. Not the more shipping stuff, but she knows he's gonna win in the league, and it's crazy. But I love you all, and Ash has to face Shoda next week. We'll see what happens then. I love you all, and peace out.